Bitcoin has broken out. Great news. But let's have a look at the charts. Let's see how the rest of the currency markets have actually been affected. And of course, look at the latest crypto news. Congratulations on those that made profit on trades. But are we going to fall into a trap here? Let's have a look at exactly what is going on. Now, as you can see on the chart, we have broken into that higher range. We were monitoring the upper of the range at around $29,565. And as you can see, we saw that aggressive entry into the higher range. The current range clearly now comes from the same range all the way up to $31,550. As you can see, when we look back onto the 1st of August, we've actually done this before. Not as aggressively, but we aggressively spiked back down into the lower range. The next 24 hours are critical for Bitcoin. The aggressive nature of which we entered the next range bracket suggests there is high volatility and volume change within the markets. For me, I'm genuinely excited, but the question is, can we see a green candle bounce us off this area of resistance and really see us surge into this higher range for a longer period of time? Let's sit back, let's wait and see what happens, but the ranges are treating us well so far. The question is, how has Ethereum been affected? Now, we're still within the same current range. Reminder of that range is $1,730 all the way up to $1,957, and the current price is $1,856. But what we have seen is the similar aggressive nature with the candles with Ethereum, and we are testing the next ranges. Now, as you can see, we hit a critical point here. We really need to see us challenge around the $1,870 mark. If we can do that, we will see us testing towards the upper of this range. So let's see what comes in the coming hours. I genuinely believe the next 24 hours movement is going to be, pretty significant for the space. Let's have a quick look at the Fear and Greed Index. It's currently at 53. Which suggests the market sentiment has shifted from the last couple of days into a more of a buy-in pressure. So let's see how the markets do react. But, I think that we should definitely have a look at some of the movers. So as you can see, Bitcoin is currently at $29,723. In the last 24 hours, that is an increase of 1.72%. Ethereum is currently at $1,856. The last 24 hours, that is up also over 1.28%. BNB is currently at $244. That is up 0.94%. And XRP is currently at 64 cents. It's up over 3%, so congratulations on the profits. Now, Crypto Bubbles very often gives us a very good visualization as to how the markets are heading. And as you can see, it's a very green day so far anyway, apart from a few that stand out, and I'm going to cover them. Now, Casper, we covered this last week in a video, and it's had a significant couple of decreases in the last 2-3 days. For me, I'm seeing this as an opportunity. It's currently down 3.4%. GMX is down 2.7%, FXS is down 2.4%, MNT is up 6.9%. But let's get into the positives. Let's look at some of the current biggest winners. You've got HBAR that is up, Shiba is up 7.2%, Pepe is up 7.4%, Polygon Matic is up 3.3%, FTT is up 2.8%. You can see Theta there is also up 2%. So you can see some great profits have been made in the last couple of days. Well, the last 24 hours. But let's have a look at some of the news stories and some that may have triggered this movement. Let's have a look. Now, PayPal has launched its own stablecoin. That is a fact. That happened yesterday. And a lot of people don't realize that this has a connection to Elon, and we're going to put a video out on this later today. But what it has done is it's brought eyes and attention from Washington around stablecoins and how the banking systems and traditional finance can potentially use them. And it gets a little bit deeper than that. Because of this, the US Fed has come out and launched a new program to monitor crypto activities within banks. Now, in the UK, it is a bit hit and miss. The amount of bank accounts I've had closed, frankly, just for depositing and withdrawing crypto or directly from a crypto exchange is ridiculous. And the moment you lose one bank, they all communicate to each other and you're getting flagged left, right, and centre. What we're seeing here is the suggestion from Washington that they think that they need to draw attention to this, aka bring regulations around it, which of course for people that believe in the space is a really good bit of news. But the timing of it is critical. Now, the US Federal Reserve has launched this new initiative called the Novel Activities Supervision Program, and it's to manage risks associated with banks' engagements with cryptocurrency. Now, the one word that I really do like in that is engagement rather than enforcement. Is this finally when the US government, the US officials are going to start looking at the space with a little bit more respect? The next story is from Binance. Binance has snagged El Salvador's crypto license, so that is great news for the space. Clearly, more and more exchanges are being successful in their applications for these licenses, and let's see where it goes and who gets the next license. Now, blockchain.com has also obtained regulatory approval in Singapore, and we're seeing an increase in Asia of more and more people gaining this license, having a presence, being accepted, being welcomed. Now, if you've watched my channel, you will know that I strongly believe wherever the Asian markets go, the rest of the crypto space follows in months to come. Asia is welcoming crypto. We're going to soon see it, in my opinion, but let's see what happens. Now, this is a story that I really wanted to flag. Now, I know we spoke about it a little bit earlier in today's little episode, but the crypto experts are actually raising flags around PayPal's stablecoin. Is it actually trustworthy? Now, there are some concerns of the ability to be able to freeze your account. Yeah, that's right. Stop you from selling it, transferring it, passing it on to anybody else. Now, I'm going to cover it in a video today. Now, this isn't an unfamiliar thing. We know that Paxos, Circle, through USDC already have the ability to do this. A stark reminder, these stablecoins are allegedly backed one-to-one to the US dollar. The US dollar is controlled by a government entity. There has to be some element of control when something is backed one-to-one that the government then control. So having this feature or functionality within PayPal's contract, it's nothing new, but it also is surprising. It's surprising to the fact that people didn't realise this was a thing. Let's have a look at it in a lot more detail in the other video, but that is what I wanted to cover on today. Now, Ukraine has shifted its stance towards cryptocurrency, and it has enforced stricter demands on the digital asset sector. You will remember probably over a year ago, there was lots and lots of fundraising efforts to send cryptocurrency donations into Ukraine to help them fund within the war. But Ukraine's government has appeared to be changing its liberal stance towards digital currency in favour of a conservative one, as it's demanded that industry players provide financial information and details to its government. Now, the National Bank of Ukraine is filing the new financial information for 4 digital currency providers within 7 days. And the affected entities include CoinPay, CGOPay, Kuna, and Kwal. Hopefully I've pronounced that right. As the industry street, is looking to kind of revolutionise and rationalise the move ahead of the banking sector. Let's see how this story plays out, because it's very, very interesting around the timing of it. And the final news story today is that Indian authorities have arrested 2 people in regards to a $120 million crypto Ponzi scheme. Now, Indian authorities have apprehended 2 individuals, like we said a little bit earlier, and the scam, which used eco-friendly lure investors, featured a website that was hosted in Iceland to coordinate events at expensive hotels, including lunches and dinners at parties with guest speakers and musical performances. Approximately over 200,000 people, including 10,000 in Ossia, hopefully I've said that right, invested within the scheme, which never received any official stamps to say that they could do anything. This is great news. We're seeing more and more scammers being held accountable, removed from the space, and frankly put behind bars. Great success. But the question is Bitcoin going to carry on pumping up, or is this a short-term trap? The only way to cheat is by sitting back and seeing what happens with the charts. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Bitcoin has broken out, but is it going to break out forever? Let's go.